Today we will be continuing our notes for 5-6, adding linear expressions. Please make sure you have these notes in front of you. Turn these notes to the back so that you see this. Today we're going to review how to add linear equations by modeling and by doing it algebraically. For letter A, I'm going to do it by modeling, and for letter B, I'm going to do it algebraically. Alright, so for letter A, if I see negative 2x, what I'm going to draw is, I'm going to draw these x bars, and I'm going to make sure I put a negative x inside of them, and I'm going to make sure that I only draw 2 of them. Then I have plus 4, and plus 4 is these little tiles, so I'm going to draw 4 of these little tiles, and I'm going to make sure that I put a positive sign in them so I know that they're positive 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to 8 x's, so over here, I'm going to draw out 8 x's. And I'm also going to draw out a negative 4, so that means there are 4 little tiles, but these are different because they have a negative inside of them. Alright. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be finding my zero pairs. That means that if I have a negative of something and I have a positive of something, I can cancel them. So I'm going to look at my x's. I have a negative x here, and it matches up with a positive, so I can take those away. Then I see another one, I have a negative x here, and I have a positive x here. I'm going to take that away. Now I have no more negative x's to take away, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to count to see how many x's I have left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's left, so that's what I'm going to write, 6x. Now I'm going to take care of the little tiles. I'm going to do the same thing. If I see a positive and I see a negative, I'm going to cancel them out. So I have a positive here, and I have a negative that matches up, so I can take those away. I have another one here, and I can take this one away. I have another one here, and I can take this one away. And I have another one here, and I can take this away. So as you can see, I don't have any little tiles left over. So my answer is just 6x. So that's how you do it by modeling. Now I'm going to show you how to do it algebraically. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the first linear equation, negative 4x minus 1 at the top. I'm going to put a plus sign, and I'm going to put a parenthesis so I know that what I'm doing with these is I'm adding them. Then I'm going to put 5x minus 3. Alright, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to combine my like terms. Now what I want to do is I'm going to separate the like terms, okay, so that you see the constants on the right side and you see the variables on the left side. Alright, so I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to say negative 1 plus negative 3. Now if you want to think of it this way, written out like this, it's negative 1 plus negative 3. Now I know that that's going to be negative 4, so I'm going to put negative 4 right over here. Then I'm just going to do the variables, negative 4 plus 5x. So I have negative 4x, if I want to rewrite it, plus 5x. So if I'm at negative 4 on the number line and I go to the right 5 times, I will be at 1x. So I'm just going to come over here and just put it right over there. So at the very end, I'm just going to kind of pretend that blue line is not there, and I'm just going to write 1x minus 4. And that is my answer. Linear expressions can also be used to find the perimeter of any shape. Example 3. A rectangle has a length of 5x plus 3 and a width of 2x plus 1. First off, I'm going to go ahead and label my lengths and my widths. So I have 5x plus 3 for my lengths, and I've got 2 of them. And my width is 2x plus 1. So it says write and simplify a linear expression for the perimeter of this rectangle. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with my lengths first. My length is going to be 5x plus 3. And I have 2 of them, so I can do plus 5x plus 3. Alright, so I'm going to figure this out first. I'm going to simplify it first. So I'm going to put my like terms together. I'm going to take that 5 and I'm going to move it, because remember we have these little whiteboards here, If you want to move a like term, the sign moves with it. I'm going to take that 5x, I'm going to move it to the front next to that 5x, and I'm just going to drop my constants in the back. Okay, so 5 plus 5, that's going to give me 10x plus 6. All right, I'm done with my lengths. Now it's time to do my width. So for my width, I have 2x plus 1, and I've got 2 of them, so 2x plus 1. Again, I want to do my whiteboards. And then I'm going to make it so that my like terms are right next to each other. So 2x plus 2x plus 1 plus 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and combine them. 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 2. Now that I have my length and my width, what I'm going to do with these two simplified ones is I'm going to add them. So I'm going to take these two things, and I'm going to add them. So right now I'm going to get onto another page so that I have some more room here. So let's just rewrite it. So for the length, I had 10x plus 6. And for the width, I had 4x plus 2. All right, right now I'm going to go ahead and add that up. So here are my whiteboards. And I'm going to put my like terms together. 10x plus 4x plus 6 plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to combine my like terms. 10x plus 4x is 14x. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now I can't go any further than that because I don't know what x is, so this is my fully simplified version. That is my perimeter for this problem. All right, now for the last 3 problems on your Got It problems, go ahead and do number 5, but for number 5, what we're going to do is we're going to do it with models. So we're going to practice both with models and with algebraically. All right, so number 5, we're going to draw out the models. We have negative 2x, that's these bars right here, negative x, and then I have a plus 1, which is a little tile right here. Now I'm going to add that to a negative x, so here's an x, but this time it has a negative, and then we've got 5 of the little tiles. And make sure you put a positive. Okay. So what I'm going to be looking for is 0 pairs. So if there's a positive of something versus a negative, they get to disappear. Let's look at our x tiles, our long tiles. I notice that I don't have any positive x tiles for me to erase or have a 0 pair. I only have x tiles. Now if I only have x tiles, I can't take anything away. So for my answer, I'm just going to say that I see negative 3x. Now for the little tiny tiles, I don't see any negative tiles for me to take away, so all I'm going to have to do is just put them together, and so my answer is going to be plus 6. Here is my answer. I cannot simplify any further because I do not know what x is. All right, for number 6, we're going to do it algebraically. So we're going to write it negative 9x minus 1 on top, and then on the bottom we're going to write negative 5x minus 3. Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to separate our like terms, okay? So draw that line in the middle so that we'll do them separately. Okay, so for number 6, I'm going to do the right-hand side first. I see negative 1 plus negative 3. If you really want to, you can also write this down here. Negative 1 plus negative 3. Now I know that's going to give me a negative 4, so I can put negative 4 here. And then I'm going to do the other ones, which is the x's. So I have 9x plus negative 5x. Now that's going to give me positive 4x. So at the very end, all you have to do is basically take off the little line in the middle, and this is your answer right over there. All right, so for number 7, I'm looking at the coefficients, and they're pretty big. I definitely don't want to draw any models here. I'm going to go ahead and do it algebraically. Negative 20x plus 15, put a plus sign here, 14x minus 19. Okay, so I'm going to separate my like terms. Notice that when I separate my terms, that sign right there and right there, they stay with the number. Okay, don't forget that. All right, so I'm going to do my right side. So right now I have 15 plus negative 19. Now that's going to give me a negative 4. Then I have negative 20 plus 14, which is going to give me a negative 6. So I'm going to put negative 6, and don't forget about the x. Now after you're done, all you can do is just erase that blue line down at the bottom, and this is your answer.